Yeah, there's a lot of news in the NFL today. First, I'll get to this big one before I get to the next big one. Maxx Crosby is getting a 3-year, $106.5 million extension. $91.5 million is guaranteed. That makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
I think this is a case, as Rico likes to say, of both things being true. Congratulations to Maxx Crosby for landing a landmark deal. It's quarterback level stuff, fully guaranteed. I also would like to congratulate Maxx Crosby on signing away the rest of his functional years and playing for nothing. Enjoy.
I think he's playing for something, Mike. I think Maxx Crosby is playing for that next step. I think he'll probably move into like Raiders management.
Oh, goody.
And be the Raider for life type of thing. He's stuck with the stuff. You know, it's the fan loyalty. Fans like loyalty, right? He's a Raider.
Hey.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
He got to win a Lombardi.
Well, speaking
Where's my paddle sign like last night with a middle finger on it?
Well, speaking of winning a title, the Eagles are rewarding another player that helped win a title for them, and that is all-pro linebacker Zach Baun. 3-year, $51 million contract, $34 million is guaranteed at signing.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Look, Baum was magical. They brought him over from a special teamer with the Saints to become an all-pro linebacker. Off-ball linebackers in the $7 to $10 million range are considered a lot. You're paying Zach Baum $15 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, cap's not real. They're also going to get Myles Garrett and Hulk Hogan.
Well, here's the thing. There's two people happy about that. Zach Baun is happy about that because he's parlayed this Super Bowl win. They're still hangover drunk. They're writing out checks right now. Saquon, here's yours. Zach walked in and said, what about me? Here you go, son.
But 15 for an off-ball linebacker in comparison, Dre Greenlaw might get 9. Come on, man.
Nick Bolton's got to be like, okay, just wait for my payday.
Yeah, there's one thing to appreciate the players that won you a championship.
David, it's a hangover
but you
effect.
can't go crazy.
David, if they gave him 5 at 50 and guaranteed 25 of it, I would have said, you know what? That's a hell of a lot of money, but good for Zach Baum. $15 million a year.
It's a hangover effect. Philly is just like, hey, guys, they're rewarding everybody who helped them win the Super Bowl right now. So
I know. And the money seems bottomless for them.
And Mike, it is because guess what? Next year, you're going to find out the salary cap went up another $50 million. There you go.
Then why are we sitting here like, help me, I'm poor?
Because
what?
Brad only needs a certain amount of ingredients in the kitchen in order for him to go in there.
Really? Okay, David, next.
Let me get to this next story here, and I know I'm going to mention his name, and everyone out there is going to be like, what are you mentioning this guy for? There's a point to it. Dan Graziano is reporting that the Falcons are bracing to lose their center. He will now become one of the top centers available.
Drew Dahlman
in free agency. I bring that up because they believe he's going to the Bears.
Okay.
That would mean the Bears would have improved their line significantly.
Now, do you want my response or Lion fan response?
Well, let me give the real response. I know what the Lions fans respond. They flipped their offensive line, well, maybe potentially in 72 hours, and totally upgraded that thing. They're going to protect Caleb Williams at all costs. And I wonder where Ben Johnson learned that from. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Lions fan, how do you feel about this?
Oh, my God, the Bears are so stupid. They're spending all this crazy money. Ha, ha, ha.
I need that as a drop. I need that laugh.
Listen to the middays. That's all they did for 4 hours. Cackled like hyenas, like the Bears are stupid. And it's like, yeah, Joe Thuney didn't give up a sack in 1,100 snaps last year. He's an all-pro. Oh, but they got a lot of money in the guard position. Google, try it. They still have $51 million as of today to spend. You know what Ben Johnson wanted? Grown adults. Sure, Jonah's been hurt, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, fine. Joe Thuney's got no career pattern of getting hurt, and if they get Drew Dahlman, you go from giving up 68 sacks to cutting that number in half.
And here's the other thing. If you now have your offensive line already solidified, you could pretty much take this upcoming draft and get the most athletic defensive players you can get and just jumpstart your defense.
No, Ben Johnson's no good. He's so front.
And if you don't think that works, take a look at Philadelphia. We're going to go and get the young athletic guys and give them a little bit of time, and they're going to be great.
Neighborhood's getting tougher, Rico. People can live in a different world if they choose to. Neighborhood's getting tougher.
Well, so what did Lions fans say again?
I'm done. Next
here is a couple things in the wide receiver industry of the NFL. Brandon Ayuk is on the trade block. DK Metcalf has requested a trade. And I found this story a little bit funny. Darius Slayton. Yes, Darius Slayton.
Oh, this again.
Reports indicate that he will get paid way more than people think. It's because of the combination of the weak draft of the position and the free agency crop not being there.
Dude,
Darius Slayton?
Look, you can have him. Darius Slayton is like a barnacle on the bottom of a boat. You can't scrape it off. I've wanted Slayton gone from the Giants for 3 years. And he's just, hey, it's me again. Hey, is that Darius again? Scrape him off the boat.
Back.
You want to pay him? Pay him. It's not that he's a terrible football player, but I was shocked to read that report. The Metcalf stuff, I think we've all talked about it. Well, now it's real. Oh, you're going to keep my name in the public discourse? Fine. Let me assist this process. I want out. Does he end up a Packer? Does he end up a Charger? I mean, if he ends up with the Pack, that's a distinct problem.
He maybe ends up as a Bear. They're spending money. I mean,
Amari Cooper may become a Bear. That's out there.
He's no good. His feet don't work. He's terrible. Cook.
All right, I want to get your thoughts on this. This is in the college ranks. I haven't been able to get anyone's thoughts on this.
Yeah.
About the spring games being canceled.
Don't care.
Nebraska, Ohio State, Texas, NC State, Florida State, USC, and Oklahoma.
Go to top 10 Rico for this.
Canceled their spring games.
This guy hobnobs at all the spring games. What do you got?
Rico, your thoughts on the new trend?
David, I think you're going to see more and more people doing that or just doing something stupid like putting their players out there with no numbers and no names, so you have no idea who's doing well. Until they stop the spring portal, then I would do the same. I'm not going to showcase my players for you to go out and then poach them from me. Now, when you cut off the portal and say that's it, you're done, you can feel comfortable going out there and doing the spring game for the fans, because I do think for some fan bases, they really get into the spring game. And this is like, you're taking that away, but I understand the coach has to run a business. I'm not mad at them. Hopefully this puts pressure on the NCAA to really be adults about this and just make the rules so that you can't transfer anytime you get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's close it out with this from Matthew Berry regarding Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe may be of interest to the New York Jets, but apparently the story says they want to start Tyrod Taylor and then draft a developmental quarterback, trade down possibly from 7 to then get Jalen Milroe.
I think you're going to see a lot of these teams, once Cam Ward is gone, you're either going to take best player available or you're looking to move down. There's a lot of quality in this draft. Big people.
This is the Kenny Pickett draft. No offense, David, but this is the Kenny Pickett draft. No, where
thank you.
There's a quarterback, but it's like, I could probably get him in the next couple rounds. Let me get the best player available. That's why you should be afraid of a team like the Bears with a ton of money and
you're such an idiot.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's depressing. He just won a Super Bowl, Kenny Pickett. Oh, man.
He did.
That's the other one. Jackson Dart's going to be the other name.
Real quick, I know you wanted to close this out, David, but what do you guys make of this? The Dallas Cowboys have restructured Dak Prescott's contract to open up about $40 million in cap space. Pair that with CeeDee Lamb, and they now have about $57 million for free agency.
Their issue has been the complete erosion of the offensive line, and they have to put it back together. Rico, look, good move. They need to do something, but the problem is, okay, what is it? Like, what puts them on a level of Washington or Philly? Because that's the goal. You're in the East. I don't know what's available.
I was about to
them.
say pretty much what Chicago just did. To jumpstart your line, bring in a couple.
All right, better get to work.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what you're looking at right now. But yes, they're going to have about $57 million they opened up for free agency. So looks like maybe the Cowboys aren't dead yet, unless they bring back Zeke Elliott.
No, they're dead. That is in football today.